Okay, this is our first video of April. Yes, we put up March's. They finished the breakup here, so I think I kind of showed that last time, but they finally finished off this last column here, and then they came by today and did a whole clean out. Oh yeah, our big old trash can's gone. You guys always ask like what that was. It was like a faux trash can. I'm about to walk over here. Sorry, I know it's windy, but I want to see what's inside that they have tarped up. So it's our stone for the fireplace. Oh yeah, it's a corner piece. That is a ton. Does it rain tomorrow?
Yes. It's supposed to rain a lot tomorrow.
Guess that's why they covered it, but I really hope that gets put inside before the rain. It's pretty though.
Is it about 2 inches thick? 1.5 to 2 inches thick. Faux stone.
That's what it's gonna be.
Cool.
I know it's windy, so I hope you guys can hear me. In the last video, I talked about they were wanting to put like a wood beam up there, and I didn't want to. So basically, they had it like lowered. They put that beam in right there, but then we're gonna go in and put, I think, kind of like a brick veneer, so it looks like brick, and once it's painted, you won't be able to tell. But that way, it'll look like solid brick, even though it's not. Okay, we're gonna go in the front door. This is actually another day. Last time I was filming, they locked us out, so we had to get a key. But there's my office. Today they were actually working on the fireplace, so I wanted to bring you by. Oh yeah, they're close. Look at that.
Oh yeah, they're really close.
It's gonna be dark in here, but I'm gonna do the best I can to film so you guys can see an update. There's a lot going on, as you can tell. It's just so funny to me to think this house is gonna be like spotless and clean one day, because
like, yeah, just like all the mortar on the drywall and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to believe that wood floors are going down in here in like a week, if not soon.
And then our countertops came in. I'm gonna take you into the other room. I'm thinking the laundry room may be brighter. And like this still has the plastic on, so you can't really see it. But here is our sink. So the winner is, we went with the gray. I know a lot of us debated on this. You either loved or hated black. Everyone told me not to get white, which says something because you guys never all agree on one thing. So I went in between and did gray. And so it kind of looked like a concrete sink. I'm sorry, it's a little blurry. It's just because it's so dark in here. But this is it. Look how pretty that's gonna be. Okay, let me take you back here into the laundry room. I think, yeah, back here it's a little brighter. It's still gonna be hard to tell on camera. So we did the veining, but nothing crazy, and it's called like Stella Gold. So it's got a little bit of the gold in it. It's not super crazy, but it goes really well with like the oak cabinets. And then this area over here, they have the sink in. So we just did a stainless in here. So anytime we're doing something super messy, we can just clean it out in here. And then this right here, this comes in like 4 different colors, but it's all like shades of white and cream. But I'm gonna go this way. It's gonna be our backsplash in here. And it'll be in there like that. I just broke it. Oops. Luckily this is just the samples. I've had that forever and haven't broke it. It's those dang countertops. But that's it. Right here is our bench. It'll go right there. The rest of the house is gonna be really hard to show because it's so dark already. Is it right?
It's close.
You have to measure everything, like everything.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
There's been a lot of things that have been like off-centered and not the right way. Yeah. I will do a whole video, I promise. I know I keep saying that, but once we're done. This is it. It's white. It looks kind of gray right now because it's so dark in here, but it's like a white stone. I'll show you in here. So the double sinks are in. So this is the same style sink we had now. I wanted a different one, and once again everybody was like, don't do it. The look is amazing, but it doesn't function well, like it doesn't dry out. It was so hard for me to make that call. Like, I did not want these same sinks, but it says something to me when you guys all agree on the same thing. Like, if it doesn't function well, I'm not gonna want it, and we're gonna be here a while. So thanks to everybody's input, and that's helped me over on Instagram. If you're not following me there, go follow me. It's just more detailed, more everyday life. You see more about the house update. So if you want to see more detailed and just, we're over here like 2 to 3 times a day. So if you want to see more, you've got to follow me over on Instagram. It's just an easier way. Look at all that mud. There's the pond. Then this is the pool bath. I just love how this looks, like the white with the white oak. We have not picked a stain yet. I will show you that when I get home. We're trying to pick one. The problem is I love it raw. So I want this exact same color. It looks a little weird in here. It looks pink because I think the sun set, but I want to leave it raw, but even if I just add a matte clear coat to it, it changes the color. And so then we bought some custom stains and I don't like it. So like I said, I've been testing all of that at home. I've been sharing it over on Instagram, but I'll show you that either tonight or tomorrow in the better lighting so you guys can kind of see how we're going through the process. But there's the kitchen again. Oh, let me take you to our bathroom. So you can see how it's looking. This is my side. So this is my sink, and then I'll have mirrors. Originally, they were gonna drop this down because it's like a vanity, which is normal. But I told them I'd rather get like a bar stool and keep this level. For some reason, I feel like if we dropped it, it kind of dated it. And it like broke up the countertop versus like one piece. So we've got that.
I'm in here.
Okay.
A note about that shower head.
Oh, okay. This is Chase's side. So in here, it's gonna be really hard to tell because there's like no light, no window. They put this in. You're gonna, it's like hard to tell right here, but it's not centered at all. It's like way to the left.
It needs to be where this, I don't think you can see that plus sign.
It can, it's so hard with the camera's not made for dark, but they put it in the wrong spot, and so we do not want it being installed that way. So
I can use this.
Okay, he's got his light out.
Because they may need to do this one day if they ever build.
Yeah, be very, very, very careful if you build. Let me focus it in. Yeah, so it's, how much, is that like
it's 2 inches
2 inches off. Which you wouldn't think that's a big deal, but if you're standing in here, you're like rinsing your hair off in the corner.
And the
like,
valve is right here.
The valve is here. So if I'm trying to like wash my hair and I have to stand close to this wall to get the water, I'm gonna hit this the whole time. And then I came around and I printed off pictures, so when the tile guy comes, he knows how to lay it. So I found tile that looked just like ours on Pinterest and then how they laid it, and I taped them up. Now my hope is that we get a phone call and we get to walk through the house with them, but they forget because you're throwing so much at these workers that they're human. They can't remember every detail. So I go around and hang photos up. So when they're like, hey, how did she want that? They don't have to call us. They don't have to call the builder. They just reference the photos like this. They're gonna be working on a wall, and like our bench, I wanted it just like that. So then they have it. And every worker has been really appreciative to have those. So, and I'll put that all in my like video on how to custom build. But if you're like in it now, print off photos. Oh, I was so hoping this would be done, but they are definitely close. I'll be excited to see it in the daylight. Every time I bring you guys, it's a little dark, but I hate to like bug the workers and I don't want to film them. Like I don't want them to feel awkward, so I just wait. Let's go out here. It's like we're so close, yet like so far away. One day, if you guys are here long enough, I'm gonna say, hey, remember when I looked out this window and it was nothing but brick? And hopefully when I say that, it's like gorgeous right there. Staged, painted, green grass, pool, all of that. We're gonna leave and lock up. It's so weird getting to come in the house and actually lock it. It is beautiful today. It's not gonna stay this way, but it is currently 76, but it's been like 80 all day, but it feels amazing. So we're gonna head down and feed the fish while we're here. When it's evening and it's warm, they love to eat. Okay, so I'm back at our current house now. I'm gonna show you the stains next, just in case you're wanting to see like kind of what we're dealing with choosing a stain color. But first, I was in here in our guest bedroom because I've been wanting to kind of make this a little bit nicer. We have Chase's parents coming to stay to watch the boys during dance competition, but I wanted to get everything ready to go for when we move everything over to the new house. And I feel like I've been doing that in every space. I've been getting new rugs and sectionals and decor. So when I get over there, I already have it. So I do want to thank Brooklinen for sponsoring this part of today's video. I feel like sheets are just one of those things that I used to buy cheap ones, but then I'd have to replace them all the time. So the amount of money I was putting into cheap sheets when I could have just bought a nice set that's gonna last me years to come, I wish I would have done it sooner. And I didn't realize that I was gonna actually sleep better in them. So that's just one piece of advice for you. If you haven't bought nice sheets, I heard a fact somewhere that you spend like 1/3 of your life in your sheets. So you might as well make sure they're good ones and they're just gonna hold up and like stand the test of time. And the sheets I got were like the Brooklyn's Luxe Hardcore Sheet Bundle. And instead of buying like individual items, you can save 25% by purchasing the Hardcore Bundle, which includes the core sheet set, extra pillowcases, and the duvet cover. So I pretty much got the entire set with that. So it was just easy to grab it. The bedding looks so nice now. No matter what your style is, they have it for you. They have all different colors. They have all different patterns. You know, for me, I go with a nice clean white because I want to be able to just bleach it out. The boys get on my stuff. I just feel like white's such that classic color. And I do have a coupon code for you guys. So if you use the code TILVACUUM20, you're going to get $20 off a $100 purchase. So definitely check out their site, see what would work for you, look at the different bundles. Like I said, I really like the bundle where I just got everything I needed. Another thing, just in case you're like a review person, I know some people like go straight to the reviews. They want to know what it is. Did other people purchase them and love them? So they have over 100,000 reviews and they have a 5-star rating or review. So that says a lot. If 100,000 people have bought them and left reviews and it's still 5-star, I think they're amazing quality. They feel so good. If you tend to get really hot at night, the sheets are very cooling, and I feel like when you stay cool at night, you sleep better. If I get hot, I'm up all night long. So just trying to find a way to like cool yourself off, have some nice sheets. Plus there's something in just that luxurious feel. Like when you go to a really high-end hotel, you just sleep better because their sheets are amazing. Can you imagine having that experience every single night? So thanks again to Brooklinen for sponsoring this part of today's video. Don't forget, if you get that Luxe bundle, you're gonna save 25% just by not buying like individual pieces. And then if you use the code TILVACUUM20, you're gonna save $20 off a $100 order on the site. So definitely check them out. Like I said, they have tons, like 20 different colors and patterns and all that to choose from that you can mix and match so you can create the look that you want to in your home. But I know I had mentioned that I would talk to you guys about stain. So I've got it all here. I'm trying to do it like in front of my window so you guys can get natural light. This is my table right here, just in case you're seeing it. But this is our wood floor. It's gonna be hard because like I feel like the camera plays with your eyes and the coloring. But this is an actual cabinet door from our kitchen, and this is it raw. This is what I love, but you can't leave the wood raw. You have to seal it somehow. So my first thing was, okay, we'll just do a clear mat. That's all we have to do is add a clear mat. Well, I did a test of it. Here's what it looks like raw. Just by putting a clear matte finish on it, look how much darker it made it, and I do not like this color. So then I did some research and we bought a custom stain that another influencer did in her house. That's what I have here. I also have it right here. So half of it is raw, which is the color I want. Half of it is the custom stain, and it just goes a little gray for me. I will say on camera it goes even more gray. It's a little harsh, but I don't like it either way. And then we'd have to add like a top coat, like a sealer to that. So this is the custom stain on white oak. This is the custom stain once we add the clear matte finish. All of these colors I don't like. I just want the raw, like I just want this color. So we're gonna be meeting with his stain guy pretty soon. And I like that I took the time to do this, so when we actually have a meeting, I can show him. I even labeled everything just in case I forgot. And so we can show him, like, this is what we're wanting. This is what happened with the stain. This is what happened with the clear coat. Basically, this is the floor we chose, and it matches it the best in the raw look, and that's just the color I'm wanting. So I'm really hoping we can get as close to this as possible. But if you're building a home, or you're even just redecorating it or remodeling it, be very careful. Like, if someone says, oh, we're just gonna add a clear matte stain to it, you think it's not gonna do much, look at the difference between those two. It does a whole lot. So sometimes your builder or designers are gonna be like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like my builder were like, oh, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, oh, everything matters. Right here, you can tell. Every decision you make matters, and we spent a lot of money to have white oak. I would be so sad if everything got stained this color, because if that's the case, we could have went with like a more affordable wood to look this color. The reason I chose it is because I want that one. But that's just a little update with staining. Who knew? It's like white. Who knew there were so many options? Okay, it's a new day at the house. We wanted to stop by because they've kind of started working on the tile. They have it laid out. It's not like stuck down, but I think they've started to do cuts and stuff so when the crew shows up. But this is the way we decided to lay it, and I love it. Let's, I'm gonna walk gently past here. They started it over here in our master as well. Oh, I love this design.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so glad we went with that. And I kept debating how we want it laid.
I really like that.
It just looks very clean and crisp and modern.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that look a lot. So happy with it. We just got to the house. It's actually been a few weeks since I've actually pulled out my camera because not a lot has happened. But they're putting in the concrete, which makes it nice because when it rains now, we can actually get in the house without being covered in mud. But I'll take you up there closer so you can see it. I'm gonna start in the back to see if they've done it back there first. Luckily, we came out because we're putting a split unit in the building. A black building in Oklahoma would be super hot. Plus, it will also heat it in the winter so Chase can work out here and do cornhole and whatever men do. But this is supposed to be all the way over here. If it were to be left here, we'd have pipes running up the only window in the building. So yeah, this is supposed to be all the way around this corner over here. So I'm really glad Chase caught that. If you're ever building a house, like I've mentioned in every video, I'm gonna do a full video on this because it is so much work and you just have to watch every single detail. I feel like Chase and I are super detailed and I have missed so much stuff, like so much stuff. So we're inside now. Such a pretty day out there, but our floors are in. They're acclimating because they're gonna be installed in the next couple days. Here's what they look like. They match this wood really well, but this still has to be stained. I've even tested, it's probably in this video, last video, I'm so confused with you guys now, but anytime I put any type of stain on these, even if it's just a clear coat, it changes this color and I haven't found a new stain yet, so. That may be in this video. It's just been a long time since I picked up my camera. Because like I said, it's basically just been sitting here. Here is inside one of the bathrooms. This is the pretty tile. It took us a while to find that. We found one originally, and then when our builder went to buy it, the store was closing down and they didn't have it. So we ended up with that, which I'm gonna love. And then I'll show you the other floor as well. There's another room. So this tile I love, but the reason I chose it is because the tag at the store and the lady at the store told us it was $7.98. So I wouldn't have picked it otherwise, but I thought, hey, I can have a marble tile for $7.98. Now that it's in, they billed us and it's $22 a square foot. And so it's like for $22, I would never have chose it. And if I was gonna spend that much, I probably would have picked out something different, but now we have these nice floors. So building's rough that way, and the store's closed down now too, so it's like we can't even fight them. Here it is in this bathroom. So luckily it's super pretty, but like I said, I would never have spent $22 a square foot for tile just in like powder bathrooms and guest bathrooms. So just in case you like numbers, that was $4,500 over budget we went for all these tiny bathrooms just because it was so much. I know when I watch home shows, I really like to hear prices, so that's why I'm telling you. But this all got installed, so the grout's not in there yet, but I love it. I love, love, love how this all turned out. It's nice, we can walk in here now. And then across here, it's put in. The shower's not done yet because they're still fixing it. Oh,
or was that Tiger or George?
Oh, Tiger and George came in here. Sometimes the dog gets in, like the neighbor's dog, but we brought the boys in the other night so they could start getting, so they could acclimate to the house just like the new floors. And they were so excited to come in here. It was fun seeing them in here. But yeah, all the floors are done in these spaces. So we went with like that concrete style look, but this is just way more affordable. And then we laid it straight, so it's not like the brick set or offset at all. I got nervous doing it. Most tile layers don't like it because back in the day, like that's the cheap way to do it. But now it's just more modern and I'm like really happy with it. So if you guys are like remodeling or building a house or whatever, I'm super happy. Like there's just such clean lines about it. It's like not busy at all. We just pulled up. Our pool is actually kind of stuck coming in right now at one of our gates. I'll try to show that here in a second, but I wanted to come look real fast at what they've done so far. Try not to fall. So there's where the pool's gonna be. That's so cool.
That seems a lot deeper than 6 feet, but it's only 6 feet deep, so they might be.
Yeah, I probably have to fill in some, like up here where the concrete is. I'll walk you guys over here and see if we can tell. That's our pool, and I think it's stuck. I'll try to zoom in so you guys can kind of tell what's going on. I would not want to be the ones trying to get that in. Basically what's stopping them is we have like our gate post over there, so they're trying to get it in between those. We actually shouldn't have put those up yet, but you just never know. There's so many trades moving, it's hard to know what to do when, but hopefully it comes in. I just looked up, I was talking to my mom, and the pool made it through.
Oh, that thing is big.
They probably don't like us right now. I'm sure they're very stressed, but the pool made it through. So I'll try to get them putting it in if they like lower it in while we're here. There's a lot going on outside. There's a lot going on inside. You see this caution tape. Basically, this floor dipped a little bit and our floor guy wanted to make sure it was nice and level before they install our floor, which he was supposed to do last week, so we're a little bit behind, but I am glad he did that. But they also put the doors back on today. They'd taken them off, I'm not really sure why. But we had replaced this door because they were overlapping, so now it works. I'm so glad that works again, where before this door would cover this door, so that wasn't gonna work. So that's looking good. This door wouldn't open all the way. It would hit this wall. It would like hit right here. So that's fixed. I don't like love that for the amount I spent on doors, but hopefully they can fix it. Yeah, it's nice seeing all the doors back on. I don't know if much has changed in here. We got this filled back up because, I don't know, there's just been a lot of mistakes lately. a lot of errors, but it's coming together. Oh, Chase said my office doors were in. Let's walk over here. Oh yeah. Oh, they're like solid. I thought like my current doors have like bars in them. This is gonna be so much easier to clean. I don't think I ever really had a picture. We just like ordered them or told the guy what we wanted. Let me shut these. So Chase, these will be easier to clean because they're like all one piece of glass. There's not like bars. So which one? Nice. Which one closes? This one first. This one has like a detail.
Yeah. That was good.
Okay, let me walk away so you guys can see it.
I like it.
That's super cool.
It's really nice.
What are all the little like, sticky things on them?
Must be the way they transported them.
Maybe so. It's slowly coming in. We're staying inside, so we're not putting added pressure, even though they can probably see us in here with cameras and phones filming. But it's coming in. Oh, it's really swinging. Luckily, it's not like too windy in Oklahoma today, which is kind of unheard of.
It's nerve-wracking.
It is. Oh. So they started at 8:30 today, and it's 3:45. And the pool's already going in, but they said it'll take 3 to 4 weeks to finish. I don't know what all they have to do, but it'll take 3 to 4 weeks, which is right around the time, hopefully, that we're moving in. Chase can't watch, he just walked off. I wanted to try to get it for you guys. There we go, it's lowering down. Feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to watch this, but I feel like it would be cool to see because we've never seen a pool installed before. I don't know how many times I swore I would never have an in-ground pool, and yet here we are.
Savannah,
Savannah and even Chase.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
It was 2 against 1, so I let them win this one. I think I'll enjoy it more than I realize, honestly, but it wasn't something I was, you know, first on board with, but I think it's gonna be really fun to have. If you guys can tell, I went with a gray. I know that seems shocking, but the reason I went with gray is it looks turquoise when water goes into it. So whatever color you choose gives you a different color. And I didn't want the blue look, I wanted the turquoise look, which turned out perfect because that meant a gray pool. So it was like a win-win, and it's like super sparkly. I'll take you out there later because you can't tell right here, but it's like super, super sparkly. Chase just pointed out when I walked in, I completely missed this. So we got in, that's what they were working on today. We were wondering what they were doing. We got the shiplap here, and then the shelf. The bench is over here, up there. We also noticed they sent us the wrong tile. I did not want chevron. I told them I did not want chevron. I wanted hexagon. And what'd we get? Lots of chevron. So we're gonna have to get that sent back so they don't accidentally install it. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the video after I show you this because there's gonna be a lot of changes, so I want to save it for May's home update. But here is how the pool's looking so far. We even have a little bit of water. Chase, do you know what this is for?
I don't know what that's
I have no idea what that's for. So if you guys are wondering, we did a fiberglass pool. I researched all like 3 different types, and this just seemed like the best deal and the easiest, cheapest like upkeep on one. So when you like do all the reviews on them, if you don't need like a custom size pool, like say you have a really small yard and you need to custom size it to your yard, that would benefit you. But since we had all the land to work with, this was like the best deal for us. You guys can kind of tell by sizing with them in it right there. And then if you stayed right now, I'm gonna go inside and show you a sneak peek of the floors, but I'll show you the rest of them in next month's video. Okay, so I'm gonna come inside. You can see they've started the hallway. There's not a lot of light in here, but here's how the floors are looking. But I think it's gonna look a lot different next time I turn on this camera for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this home update video. I hope you enjoyed it. We are getting so close, so I'll probably just have one more home update video, and then you'll start seeing like my home tours and all of that stuff, fingers crossed, like the last ones in May. And I do want to remind you again that I have that Brooke linen link down below my description box, and you can use the code TILVACUUM20 to save $20 off a $100 order. Highly suggest it. Having nice sheets matters, and if you keep buying cheap sheets and you have to keep replacing them, you're gonna get your money back in no time, because with these you don't have to replace them. They're just gonna hold up and they're gonna get better and better with every wash, which is why I love them. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.